Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope that you all are fit and fine. Now, today in this English period, I'm going to start with the most important topic, and today's topic is tenses. Before getting into this, I'm going to tell you something that there is nothing to be like scared of tenses. This is very simple topic that you can understand properly, and you will never fail if you will learn, if you will understand it properly. So very first you have to know that what are the tenses. All right, guys, tense is the form of verb which denotes the time of an action and its degree of completeness. Tenses are categorized into three main categories, that is present tense, past tense and future tense. Now you have to know it, that what is present, what is past and what is future. This is also the most important thing that you need to know, and once you know it, you will be able to use right form of the verb while speaking or writing, because English is totally based on tenses. So it is very important to have the knowledge of tenses. All right, so just have this. Present means today, and it expresses the time, present time. It expresses the action in the present time. Past tense expresses the actions in the past time, and future tense expresses the actions which are likely occur in future. Guys, each tense is subdivided into four parts. Like the first one is indefinite. It is also known as simple. Continuous, that is also known as progressive. Perfect and perfect continuous. So every tense is having four parts. So how many number of tenses are there? 3 into 4 is equal to 12. So total number of tenses are 12. All right, we will discuss the four sub parts of present tense. All right, so let's start with simple present tense or present indefinite. All right, very first we have to see that where we can use simple present tense. We have to see the uses of simple present tense. All right, guys, simple present tense is used to express a habitual action, custom, routine or habit. It is also used to express general truth of fact that is true at a time of speaking. It is also used to show a future event which is already arranged. All right, have a look on the rules of simple present tense. Guys, if you are going to frame the affirmative sentence in simple present tense, then you have to write subject plus first form of the verb plus s or es. All right, and in negative, if you want to make the sentence negative, then we add do not or does not. For singular subject we use does not, and for plural subject we use do not. All right, have a look on the structure. Subject plus do or does plus not plus first form of the verb. When we write do or does in a sentence, then we do not add s or es to the verb. All right, now if you want to make the sentence interrogative in simple present tense, then what you have to do? Simply you have to write these do or does before the subject and then first form of the verb. All right, do we use, as I told you, do with the plural and does with the singular. Have a look on these examples so the things will be more clear to you. See, the first one, I live. With plural we use live. All right, to make it negative we use do not. I do not live. And interrogative we write do before the subject I. Do I live? Have a look on these all examples. Now the next one is present continuous tense. All right, present continuous tense. Very first we have to know that where we use present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is used for the actions that are happening now, and for the actions that are temporary, and for definite future plans. In other words, we can say that present continuous tense is used to express an action that is taking place at the time of speaking. Alright, it is also used to indicate an action taking place at the time, but not necessarily taking place at the time of speaking. Alright, and it is also used to show an action that is expected to take place in the near future. Have a look on the rules. To frame our affirmative sentence, we use is, am, are. Guide, in continuous tense we use helping verb is, am, are plus ing form. Alright, have a look on the structure. For affirmative, we write subject plus am, is, are plus first form, then ing, and then object. If you want to make the sentence negative, then after the helping verb we write not. Have a look on the structure. Subject plus am, is, are plus not plus first form of the verb plus ing. If you want to make the sentence negative, then we have to put these helping verb before the subject. So the structure will be am, is, are plus subject plus verb ki first form plus ing, then object. Alright guys, you all know that for singular we use is, for plural we use are, and am we use with I. Have a look on the examples. I am playing football. For negative, what it will be? I am not playing football. And for interrogative, we put I before this. We put am before the subject I, and the sentence will become interrogative. Am I playing football? All right. Now, the third one is present perfect tense. Guys, present perfect tense is used to show an action that has just been completed. It is used to show an action which started in the past and is still continuing. It also expresses action which took place in the past, but the results of which we can see or feel in the present time. Guys, this tense is also shows past event, the time for which is not mentioned. Alright, have a look on the rules. In perfect tense, we use has or have and third form of the verb. For singular, we use has, and for plural, we use have. For affirmative, have a look on the structure. Subject plus has, have plus third form of the verb. For negative, subject plus has, have plus not plus third form of the verb. And for interrogative, we put these has or have before the subject. Okay, and then subject plus third form of the verb. Alright, have a look on the examples. The first one is affirmative, I have seen. To make it negative, what we have done, we just put not after have, and the sentence will become negative. I have not seen. Now to make it interrogative, we put have before the subject I, and it will become interrogative. Have I seen? Clear? Now the next one and the last one is present perfect continuous tense. Alright guys, present perfect continuous tense is used to describe an action which began in the past and is still going on. Alright, in present perfect continuous tense we use has been or have been plus first form of the verb plus ing, and then since or for. Alright, has been is used with singular and have been is used with plural, and we use since for point of time, and for we use for period of time. Have a look on these examples. She has been crying for 3 hours. There is we use for here because no specific time. Second one, she has been getting ready since last 3 hours. Now there is the specific time that we use since. All right. So now these are the 4 sub parts of present tense we have discussed, and I hope that this is clear to you all.